Hello everyone, my name is Faizan Khan and in this video I'm going to show you how we can build this real world application which is nothing but a text editor. So as you can see, this is how it looks. Okay, so here this is the text editor where we can type anything. For example, if I type my name here, you can see we have typed 2 words here. On the status bar it shows 2 words and 10 characters. Okay, then what we can do, we can change the style of this text. Okay, so whatever style you prefer you can change to that, like this. Even you can change the font size of the text like this. Okay, then you can make the text as bold, italic or underline, it's up to you. Then you can change the color of the text, whatever color you choose. If I choose green here, you can see this is how it looks. Then you can align the text. If you want the text in the center, you can choose this. If you want it on the right hand side, you can choose this. If you want it on the left hand side, then you can choose this. And then we have these menus here: file, edit, view and color theme. So let's look at this color theme. We can change this to dark theme like this. We can change it to some other theme, monokai, similarly to some other light theme. Okay, and then we have this view where we can simply disable the status bar. Okay, and we can enable it back. Similarly, we can disable the toolbar, we can enable it back like this. Okay, and then if you go to this edit menu, we have this cut, copy, paste, clear all and find. Okay, so if you click on this clear all, everything will be cleared from here. Okay, this is a new project. Okay, and if I want to find anything, any word, so I'll simply select this find option. Here I need to write the word that I want to find. Suppose if I want to find this, then I'll simply replace it with some other word, like for example that. Okay, so firstly let me show you that how can we find it. So if I find, you can see this is highlighted, this is this, right? And we can replace that with some other word like that. So this is how this find functionality works. Similarly, we have this cut, copy, paste options. Okay, and also we can use shortcut keys to perform all these functionalities. Suppose if I want to cut something, so what I'll do, I'll simply select something and I'll press Ctrl X. So I have used the shortcut key, and then if I want to paste somewhere else, I'll press Ctrl V like this. Similarly, I can copy some word from here and I can paste somewhere else. And then we have this file menu. Here we can simply create a new file by clicking on new file option. Similarly, we can open some existing file. So if I show you, I can open this Faizan. What else? We can save this file, okay, with some changes. If you want to see the change, like for example, my name is Faizan, I live in India. So now if I save it, okay, now if I open firstly some other file like this file also had the same thing, hello, my name is Faizan Khan. And now let me open that file in which we did the change, this one, right? So I hope this is clear to you. Similarly, we can create a new file here, hello world. Okay, and we can save it with some name, hello world. Okay, similarly we can use the save as option. What this will do, the file name was hello world, I can replace this with some other name. So if I replace it with the Python code like this, if I save it, now if I show you, let me just go to new and select this open. So you can see now we have this Python code file which is renamed because we have used save as. So I hope you understood how this project works. So all this functionality we will learn step by step. Okay, so before going ahead, please like this video and subscribe to this channel if you are new, and let me know in the comment section if you have liked this project or not. So without wasting further time, let's get started. Let's see how we can design this layout and add functionality to it. So first of all, you need to have Python interpreter installed on your system. So simply click on this and this Python interpreter will be downloaded, and simply just run the setup file and install it on your PC. Next thing is you need some editor where you will write your Python code. I'm going to use PyCharm. So if you are going to follow along, you can simply download this community version. By the way, I have already uploaded the videos of how to download and install Python and PyCharm on my channel. So just go and check those videos if you are new. So once you open your PyCharm, you have to go to this file, select new project. Here you need to give project folder name. Here it can be any name like text editor. Okay, and then you simply need to click on this create button. And I want this project to open on a new window, so I'll select new window here. So our project is getting ready. Once this is ready, what you have to do, you have to create a new Python file. So just right click on the folder name and select this Python file, and here you can give the name of your Python file. It can be any name. I'll go with main. Okay, so the GUI which you are seeing here is created with the help of Python module, which is Tkinter. So I'm gonna use Tkinter module to create the GUI. Okay, this module is very helpful. It helps us to easily create the graphical user interface for our application. So let's simply import that module because it's an inbuilt module, so we do not need to download it. We'll simply import it. So the way is from Tkinter import asterisk. Okay, so this line means that we are importing everything of this Tkinter module, all the classes and the methods which are present inside it. Next thing, we need to create our GUI window. So it's very easy to create the GUI window. We just need to write 2 lines of code. Firstly, we have to create object of the TK class. So the way is this. And once you create object of this TK class, now you are ready to access the methods which are present inside this TK class, okay, which will help us in creating the graphical user interface. So firstly, let's use one of the method which will help in keeping our window on hold so that we can see it continuously. So the method name is main loop, and I have accessed it with the help of this root object variable. Now if I run it, you will see a small GUI window like this. Okay, so as you see, the by default title is TK. We can change it, so let's change it. Again, we have a method to change the title inside this TK class, and we can access that method with the help of this object variable. So I'll use this title method, and here we need to pass the title in the form of a string. Okay, so the title would be text editor. Okay, like this. So now if I run it, you will see that the title is changed now. So if I expand it a little bit, you can see it's changed. Okay, now we need to provide some width and the height to our window. So currently the size of our window is very small. We need to provide some width and the height, so that I have provided in my original project. So let's see. So for that also we have another method which is known as geometry, which help us in adding width and the height to our window. Here also we need to pass it in the form of a string. So width would be 1200 and the height would be 620. Okay, now if I run it, you can see the window size is increased. Okay, now if you see, this window is starting from this position. I want this window to start from this position. Okay, so for that what we have to do, we have to mention some x distance and some y distance. So from the x-axis, I want the window to start at a distance of 10, and from y-axis also I want it to start from a distance of 10. So now if I run it, we will see the window is starting from this position. Okay, Next thing is I can maximize this window, means I can increase the size of it, or I can even drag this window. So I don't want this thing to happen. I want my window of fixed size. So for that we have another method which is known as resizable. So root.resizable, and here we simply have to pass false value for the width and the false value for the height, so that we cannot do any change in the width and the height of our window. And now our window size is completely fixed. And one more important thing, everything has to be between these two lines, root equals to tk and root dot main loop. So if you'll write anything just after this root dot main loop, then that code won't be executed unless you close the window. So for instance, if I show you, if I print hello here, okay, and if I run the code again, you can see nothing is getting printed here. Okay, means this line number 9 code is not getting executed. The reason is because this main loop is keeping our window on a loop, so our window is continuously visible to us. So all these lines are getting executed again and again, right? So that's why this line number 9 is not getting executed. But once you will close this application, then this line number 9 will be executed. So once I close it, now you can see this hello is getting printed, right? So make sure you write everything between these two lines only. So let's open our original project and see what we have to create first. So this is our original project, and after providing the title and increasing the width and the height of our window, next thing is we need to create these menus. Okay, so let's see how we can create menus. So to create a menu, firstly we have to create object of the menu class. So we'll use this menu class and we'll create object of it. So I'll give object variable name as menu bar, like this. After that we need to configure our window. So our window name is root here. Okay, so we'll use this config method, and here we'll simply tell our window that which is the menu bar. So menu is nothing but this menu bar. Okay, so now our window will know that this is the menu bar that we want to add on our window. And here we need to pass one argument, which is this root. Okay, so this menu has to be on our root window, right? If I run it, you won't be able to see any change for now, because menu bar is created but the menus are not created. So once you will create the menus, then you will be able to see it. So first of all, let's create a file menu. So in order to create a file menu, we'll have to use this menu class again. So I'll write file menu equals to menu class, and this time where you want this menu, you want this menu on this menu bar, right? So we'll pass this menu bar here, like this. After that we'll pass this tier of, so it would be false. I'll tell you what this tier of is a little bit later. So now if I run it, you won't be able to see this file menu. The file menu is created but this is not visible. So in order to show the file menu, we need to add some label to it. So the way is we have to use this menu bar, okay, dot add cascade method. Okay, this help us to display something. Okay, so here we'll pass the label would be file. Okay, and which menu we are talking here? So menu is this file menu. Okay, so now if I run it, you can see we got this file menu there, and this was our menu bar that we created initially. So on the menu bar we have this file menu. Okay, so firstly we created a menu bar, and on that menu bar we are creating a file menu. Okay, I hope you understood why I have used this add cascade method. This helps us to display something. Okay, so file menu label would be file. You can change it to file menu or something else. Okay, in the same way we want the next menu edit, right? So we'll do it in the same way. So we'll use edit menu object variable, and again we'll use this menu class. This menu would be again inside this menu bar only, and here also tier of would be false. Okay, like this. And in order to display this edit menu, again we need to use that add cascade method, and here we'll pass the label as edit. Okay, and which menu we are talking about? So menu would be edit menu this time, right? Now if I run it, you will see we got one edit menu here. Okay, but I'm clicking on it and nothing is happening. So this is because we have not added any commands to this file or this edit menu. So once we'll add commands, we will see the options here. Okay, so firstly let me just tell you quickly what this tier of does. So if I don't use it, let's run, let's see the difference. So if I click on this file, you can see we are getting something. So if I click on it, this is getting detached. Okay, this is getting detached. So I don't want this thing to happen. So suppose if there are some commands like open, new, save, save as, so all those commands will get detached because of this tier off. Okay, so that's why I'm keeping it to false, so that all those commands open, new, save, save as should remain inside the file menu only. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll simply press Ctrl Z to add that. Now let's add the commands inside this file menu. So the way is, we will use this file menu dot add command. Okay, and here we will pass first of all the label so that we can see the text. So the label would be new, and we also need to add images that you saw in the original project. Okay, that we can add a bit later also. After that, what we can do, we can add the shortcut key, okay, just after this label, right? So firstly let me just run this code only till here. So if I click on this file, you can see we are getting this new command here. Okay, after this new only, we want Control N as the shortcut key. Okay, I want it to be displayed there only. So I'll use this accelerator. Make sure you write correct spelling, and here we'll pass the text, which is Control plus N. Now if I run it, if I click on it, you can see we are getting new label and then the accelerator Control plus N. So accelerator simply adds the text just after the previous text. Okay, in the same way we need to add open, save, save as and exit. So what I'll do, I'll simply copy the same line with the help of Ctrl D in PyCharm. Okay, and here the label would change to open and the shortcut key would change to Ctrl plus O. Similarly, we want save as, save first of all, then save as. So save, and the shortcut key would be Ctrl plus S. Then we want save as, so it would be save as, and shortcut key would be Ctrl plus Alt plus S. Okay, so now if I run it, you will see new, open, save, save as. Now we are left with exit button, exit command. So we'll simply copy the same line again, and this time it would be exit, and here the shortcut key would be Ctrl plus Q. Now if I run it, this is how we have to add the commands to our menu. Before proceeding forward, let's add the images also. So if I show you the original project once, if I run this original project, if I go to this file menu, you can see we have all these images also attached with these commands, right? So let's see how we can do all these things. And if you see at the end, just after the save as, we have this line, thick line, right? So how can we add it? So let's firstly add that line and then let's add the images. Okay, so just before this exit label, what we'll do, we'll use this file menu dot add separator method, this one. Okay, this will simply add a line, a division like this. Okay, now let's add all those images. So from where you will get all those images, I have provided you a folder in the description of this video. You can download that folder and copy all the images and paste those images inside the same folder where your main.py file is existing. So there are total 25 images. You just have to right click here and paste once you copy like this. Okay, so if you scroll down, you will see save.png. this is that image. This is 24x24 png image. Similarly, there is this save as, right? There is this new, and similarly we will have image for exit and open. Okay, so we are now going to use these images in our code here. So basically we need to import these images in our code, and the way is we have to use one of the class to import image in our code, and the class name is photo image. So basically we have to create object of this. So I'll give it new image. Okay, and to this photo image class we have to pass the file name, which is nothing but new.png. Okay, so this image is now represented by this variable, which is the object variable new image. Okay, so in order to display this image with this new command, what we have to do, we have to pass one image argument here. Okay, and the image would be this new image, right? So new image. Now if I run it, if I go to this file, you can see we are able to see this image, right? But we are not able to see the text which was new, right? So why is that? So in order to see both text and the image label and the image, we have to use one more argument here, which is compound. And here we need to mention where you want to see this image, either on the right of this label or left of this label. So I want to see it on the left hand side, so I'll pass left here. So now if I run it, if I go to file, you can see we are seeing this image on the left hand side of this text. Okay, so this is how we add text and the image both with the help of compound. In the same way, we will add image to this open command. So let's firstly import the image in our code using this photo image class, right? So I'll simply copy this line with the help of Ctrl D. Okay, and I'll change the object variable to open image, right? And the file would change to open.png. Okay, and to this open command here again we need to pass these two arguments in order to see the image. Okay, so we'll pass the image would be open image, right? And the compound would be left, like this. Now if I run it, if I go to file, you can see we got this thing. In the same way we will do it for save, save as and exit. So firstly let's quickly create object of images here, and then we will add those images with the commands. So I'll simply copy this 3 times. Okay, and here this would change to save image. Okay, and the file name would be save.png. This one would be save as image, and the file name would be save as.png. Similarly, this one would be exit image, right? And the file name would be exit.png. .png like this. So once you have all the images in your code, now you can simply add the remaining images to your commands. So for save, we'll add image equals to save image, right? Then compound equals to left. Similarly, we'll do it for save as. So here the image would be save as image, right? Compound would be left. Then the last one, image would be exit image, compound would be left. Now if I run it, if I go to file, you can see all the images are successfully attached with these names, right? So I hope this is clear to you. Now we need to add commands and the images to this edit menu. So let's see. So we have created this edit menu here. So with the help of this edit menu object variable, we'll use this add command method, and here we'll pass the label as cut, okay, and similarly the accelerator to add the shortcut key, it would be Control plus X, okay. In the same way we will do it for copy paste, right? Then there is this find, and the last one would be clear. So I have simply copied the same line, okay. Now the label would change to copy, shortcut key would become Control C, then paste, and the shortcut key would become Control V. After that we have clear, so shortcut key can be Control Alt and X, and the last label would be find, okay, and the shortcut key would be Control plus F. Now if I run it, you will see all the commands attached here, right? Now just like we added images in this file menu commands, in the same way we will add images to this, okay. So let's add those images. So firstly we need to import the images in our code. For example, this is paste.png, okay. So just above this only we can import the images here, okay. So we'll use the photo image class, and the file would be cut.png, okay, and I'll give the object variable name as cut image. So this image is now represented by this object variable, okay. So this is our add command method, and to this we'll add image equals to cut image, and then the compound, just to put the image on the left hand side of the text, okay. So compound would be left. Now if I run it, you can see the image is attached. Similarly, let's do it for copy. So I'll copy this same line with the help of Control D. I'll change the variable name to copy image, and the file name would change to copy.png like this. Similarly, we'll do it for paste, clear and find. So this one would be paste, then this one would be clear, and then this one would be find, okay. Similarly, we need to change the names also. So this is paste, this is clear underscore all, then this is find, okay. And now we need to add the image and the compound variable to this add commands, okay. this would become copy image, this would change to paste image, then this one to clear image, and the last one to fine image. Okay, here this is showing red line because you see here it's capital F, so I'll change it to small f. So now if I run it, if I go to edit, you can see all these images are successfully attached. So this is how we do it. Just after this edit, the next one was view. Okay, so let's create a view menu. So if you see this original project, inside this view menu we have these two check buttons. So these are known as check buttons. So if you click on this status bar would be hidden. If you check it, it would come back. Similarly, if you uncheck it, toolbar will be hidden, and if you check it, it will come back, right? So these are known as check buttons. So inside this view menu we have to create check buttons instead of commands. Okay, so let's see. Just to understand that this is the edit menu section. Okay, and just above this we have this file menu section. Okay, let me provide some space here, and just after this edit menu section I'm gonna create view menu section like this. Okay, let me provide it in the form of a comment like this. So now let's create a view menu first of all. So I'll give object variable name as view menu, and I'm going to use menu class. This menu has to be on our menu bar, right? Then tier of would be false. Okay, then we need to display this view menu. So in order to display it, we need to use this menu bar object dot add cascade method, and here the label would be view, and the menu is view menu. Okay, so now if I run it, you will see a view menu here. Okay, now let's add the check buttons which I showed you. So we will use this view menu object variable dot check button. Okay, add check button method, and here again we will pass first of all the label so that we can see some text. Okay, so the label would be toolbar. So if I run it, if I go to this view, you can see now we have this toolbar check button, right? I can check it, I can uncheck it. Okay, I will be adding two more arguments here which will be used when we will do the functionality part. So first is variable. So variable name I'll select as show underscore toolbar. Okay, and the next would be on value, which will be true, then off value, which would be false, like this. You are seeing this red line here because this variable is not yet defined. So let's define it. So this will be a boolean type variable, so we'll use this variable show toolbar and we'll make it boolean var, like this. So basically this variable will store either this true value or this false value. So when you will check the check button, then inside this variable we will have this true value, and when you will uncheck it, inside this variable we will have this false value. Okay, so just like we created this toolbar, we'll have to create a status bar check button also. So I'll simply copy the same line, and here the label would change to status bar. Okay, and the variable will be changed to show status bar. Okay, then on value, off value will remain same. Let's define this variable also. So this one would become show status bar, like this. Now if I run it, if I go to view, you can see we are having two check buttons here. Okay, like this. But if you see, we don't have images attached to these two check buttons. So let's add the images. So here also it would be in the similar way only. Just after creating these variables, we can import the images. So we'll use the photo image class, and the file would be status bar.png. Okay, and the variable name would be status image. Similarly, we'll do it for toolbar image. So file name would change to toolbar.png. Okay, and instead of status image, this one would be toolbar image. Okay, so to these check buttons we need to add two more arguments. So first is image, which is toolbar image, then compound, just to see the text on the left of the just to see the image on the left side of the text. So compound would be left. Okay, similarly here also image equals to status image, and compound would be left. Now if I run it, if I go to view, you can see the images are attached here. I hope this is clear to you. Now the last menu bar would be themes. Okay, so firstly we'll create a themes menu. So themes menu equals to menu class, and this menu will be inside my menu bar, right? Tier of here would be false, and then we will display themes text on this menu bar. So we'll use this menu bar object dot add cascade method, and here we will pass the label equals to themes, and then we need to see this themes on this themes menu, right? So here we need to pass menu equals to themes menu, like this. Now if I run it, you can see we have created our themes menu. So if I show you my original project, what is inside themes menu, so if you see, we have these radio buttons here. These are not commands but the radio buttons. So what is the difference between this check buttons and these radio buttons? So if I select this one, then this tick is on this dark. So in case of radio buttons, we can only select one thing at a time, but in case of check button, we can select both at the same time, and we can deselect both at the same time, and here we can select any one at one time. So I hope it's clear to you. So in this case we will create radio buttons. Okay, so let's see how we can create them. So we will use this themes menu object variable dot add radio button. Okay, and to this radio button we need to pass the label first of all. So suppose if I pass label as light default, then we need to pass the image. Okay, and we need to import that image. So let's do that. So here I'm going to use photo image class, and the file name here is light underscore default dot png, this one, and we'll create its object light image, and now we can pass the image argument here, and the image name is light image, and then we will pass a variable here that we will use when we will do the functionality part, theme underscore choice. Okay, and this would be a string variable that we can define just above this line here. So theme underscore choice equals to the string variable, like this, and then we need to add compound also, otherwise our text won't appear. So value would be left, And now if I run it, if I go to themes, you can see we are getting a light theme here. Okay, and when we select it, the tick is on our light default. And then we will create 3 to 4 themes more. So we'll create this dark theme, pink and monokai. Rest of the themes you can create by yourself, so it's up to you how many themes you want to create. Okay, so let's create 3 to 4 themes for now. So what I'm going to do, I'm simply going to firstly import the images. So I'll press Ctrl D. Okay, and first would be dark theme. So this will be dark image. Here I'll change the image name to dark.png. This one would be pink image. Okay, and the file name would be red.png. Okay, so this would be our pink image. Then we'll add monokai theme. So monokai image, and here the file name would change to monokai.png, like this. So I'm simply adding just 4 themes here. And then we need to create 3 more radio buttons, so I'll copy the same line. Okay, the label would change to dark. Here the image would be dark image. Okay, variable would be same here also, and compound would be left only. After that we'll add pink image, would be pink image. Here it would be monokai, and the image name will change to monokai image, like this. Now if I run it, if I go to themes, you can see I have just created these 4 themes here. Okay, so I hope it's clear to you. Now you can select any one of your choice. Okay, and right now nothing is happening because we have not added any functionality to these radio buttons, and similarly here also nothing is happening because we have not added any functionality to these check buttons. Once we will add functionality, then you will see the changes here. Okay, so after creating these menus on a menu bar, next we need to create this toolbar label, and on that label we have to add these combo box inside which we have our font families and font size for the text. Okay, then we need to create these buttons: bold, italic, underline, then color, left align, right align, and center align. Okay, so let's see how we can create a label, and then on that label we will add all these things. So let me provide a comment here that this is a themes menu section. Okay, and after this now we are creating a toolbar section. So toolbar section. Okay, these comments will simply help you to understand which part of the code is what actually. Okay, so here what we are going to do, first of all we are going to create a label, and the label name is toolbar, and we'll create the label with the help of a label class, and this label will be on my root window, right? Next we need to add this label, right? So what we'll do, we'll use this toolbar dot pack method. So in order to position our label on our window, we use this pack method, and inside this pack method we have to mention the side. Okay, so side is top, right? Because we want this label on top. Okay, and also we want to fill the complete x-axis, so we'll use this fill assign x. Now if I run it, our toolbar label is created, but we won't be able to see it unless we start adding things on it. So let's add our first combo box on it, which is our font family combo box. So I'll give a variable name font family underscore combo box like this, and we will use a combo box. But if you see, we are not getting any combo box here. So if I try to type here, you can see this red line. Okay, the reason is because this combo box is not present inside this Tkinter module. Okay, so where it is present, actually it's present inside one of the additional module of this Tkinter, which is TTK. So we have to use this TTK. Okay, import asterisk. So inside this TTK we have that combo box, so that's why we are importing it. Okay, so the way is this. So now you can see the error is gone. Okay, so this is a combo box. So where you want this combo box? On top of this toolbar, right? So we'll pass toolbar here. So we have created our font family combo box. If I run at this stage, you won't be able to see that combo box because we have just created the combo box, but we have not positioned it. So in order to see it, we need to position it. Okay, so the way is, we'll use this object variable font family combo box dot grid method, and here we'll pass row 0 and column 0. I hope you are getting why row 0 and column 0, because inside this toolbar, which is a label, and on top of that we are adding this first thing, which is a combo box. Okay, so this would be at row 0 and column 0 only. Okay, because this is the first thing getting added inside that toolbar. Okay, and why I am using grid here, because if you see the original project, here all these things are in the same row, right? And only the column values will change. Okay, so in this case grid is easier to use. Okay, so that's why I'm using grid method here instead of place and pack. Now if I run it, you can see we got our combo box here, but nothing is inside it because we have not added anything inside it. Let me increase its width first of all to 30. Let's run. So this is the width. Okay, so now let's see how we can get all the font families. Okay, so what is the way? Just above this we'll use this font dot families method. Okay, but if you see, we are seeing this red line here because we haven't imported this font. Okay, so this is again present inside this Tkinter, but this is not the way of getting that font here. So the way is from Tkinter import font like this. Okay, so once you import font, now you won't see that error. Okay, and this will simply give you all the font families that are available. So I can store that in some variable font underscore families. Okay, and I can print this variable just to show you what is stored inside this variable. So if I run this code, you can see on the console that it consists of all these font families, and it's in the form of a tuple. Okay, it's a tuple, right? So all these font families are present inside this variable, right? So we don't have to print anything. We will simply add values inside this combo box, and value will be font underscore families. Now if I run it, you can see we are getting all the font families inside this combo box. Okay, so by default, if you see, no font family we are seeing here. Okay, so we can set some by default font family here. So let's set that. We have to use font family combo box dot current method, and to this method we have to pass some index value. Okay, so if we want to set Arial as the default font style, so what we'll do, we'll use this font families variable, okay, dot index method, and here we'll simply pass Arial. Okay, so what this will do, this will give the index of the Arial font style to this current method. Okay, and the Arial font style will be set on this combo box. So now if I run it, you would see Arial, okay, by default. So I hope it's clear to you. And one more thing, if you see, if I select some font, you can see this is editable, means we can remove that font. So I don't want this thing to happen. Okay, I want it to be of read only state, means nobody should be able to do any changes in the font families. Okay, so for that we have to use state keyword argument here, and the value would be read only, like this. Now if I run it, now you won't be able to edit any font style here. Okay, if I'm trying to do that, I'm not able to. Okay, so this is how it works. And then I'm gonna create a string variable here, which will be text variable, which we will use when we'll do the functionality part. So its name would be font underscore family variable, like this. Okay, and we need to define it. So just above this we'll define it. So we'll write font underscore family underscore variable, and this would be a string variable. Okay, I'll tell you what is this, why I'm defining it and why I'm using it here later on. Okay, when we'll do the functionality part. Okay, so this is how we have to create a combo box and add font styling to it. Okay, so I hope it's clear to you. Now let's create another combo box inside which we will add the font size for the text. Okay, so it would be created in the similar way only. So let's see how we can create it. Firstly, we'll use this combo box class. Okay, and where you want to see this combo box class, it should be inside your toolbar only, toolbar label on top of it, right? And we have to create object of it. So object variable name would be font size combo box. Okay, and here width would be 14, which I have used in my original project. Then we'll use this text variable. Okay, that I will tell you later what is the use of this text variable. So here it would be size underscore variable. Okay, and let's define it. It would be of type integer. So size underscore variable of type is integer, like this, int var. Okay, then we'll make the state as read only, so that we are not able to do any change in the text. And here if you see the values, so it's a range from 8 to 80. Okay, so we need to add these values to our combo box there, right? So we'll use values keyword argument, and here we'll use this range function. Okay, and here we'll pass the range from 8 to 80, like that. Okay, and also we need to convert this to our tuple so that we can get the indexing of it. Okay, because we also have to set the current value, okay, by default value that you will see. So if you won't convert it into a tuple, then you won't be able to get the indexing. Okay, so just to get the indexing, I have to convert it to a tuple. I hope you are getting it. Now let's set the current value. So font size combo box dot current. Okay, and here we need to pass the index. So I'll pass 4 as the index. So at 0 position we will have 8, at 1th position we will have 9, at 2nd position we will have 10, at 3rd position we will have 11, and at 4th position we will have 12. So you will see 12 by default on this combo box, right? Now if I run it, so right now I haven't graded it, that's why you are not able to see it. So let me first grade it. So we'll use this font size combo box dot grade method, and this time row value will be 0 only and column value will be changed to 1. Okay, because at row 0 column 0 we have this font family combo box, so at row 0 and column 1 we will get this font size combo box. So if I run it, you can see just next to it at row column number 1 we are getting our font size combo box, inside which we have fonts starting from 8 to 79. Okay, so in order to see 80 value we will have to pass 81 here. Okay, because the last value is excluded inside this range function. Okay, now you would see till 18, and also you can see the by default value is set to 12. I hope you are able to understand it. But if I'll select any font size right now, nothing will happen because we have not provided any functionality to it. So just next to it we need to create 3 main buttons: bold, italic and underline. So firstly let's create these 3 buttons. So just next to it we need to create bold, italic and underline buttons. So let's firstly create these 3 buttons. So I'll provide a comment that this is a button section. Okay, and firstly we will create a bold button. So we'll give object variable as bold button, and we'll use a button class to create this button. Okay, and this button has to be again on our toolbar only, so we'll mention toolbar. Next we can either add some text on this button or we can add any image on it. Okay, so in this case we will have to add an image. Okay, but we don't have imported the image for now, so let me just mention that it would be a bold image. But if you see we are seeing this red line because this variable is not yet defined. So let's import the image. So variable name would be bold image, and we'll use photo image class. File name here would be bold.png, like this. Okay, so once you create your button and add image to it, then you need to position it. So we'll use this bold button variable dot grid method. Okay, and this time row will be 0 only but column will change to 2. Okay, because at column 1 we have our font size combo box. Now if I run it, so if you see we got our bold button here. Okay, but if you see there is no much space between this combo box and this combo box, similarly this combo box and this combo box. So let me add a little bit of padding to these. So firstly to this font family combo box, inside this grid method we'll pass paddx equals to 5. So horizontal padding I'm providing of 5 pixels. Similarly to this font size combo box grid method we'll pass paddx equals to 5, and then to this grid method paddx equals to 5. So now we will see a little spacing between these 3, like this. Okay, just next to this bold we'll have to create italic and underline, and these two will be created in the similar way only. So what I'm going to do, I'm simply going to copy these 3 lines. Okay, and I'm going to paste 2 times, and then I will change the variable names here. So in order to place multiple cursors in PyCharm, you have to press Alt key and your mouse left button. So here it would change to italic. Okay, and the file name will be italic.png. Okay, and here also image variable will change to italic image. I think that's it. Only the column value will be changed here. It would change to 3. Then we need to change these to underline. Okay, so underline like this, Here the image name will be changed to underline.png and the column value will be changed to 4. Okay, row will remain 0 only because everything is in the same row only. Now if I run it, so you see we got this bold, italic and underline buttons. Just next to this underline button you have to create font color button. Okay, so again it will be created in the similar way only. So let me just copy these 3 lines and let me paste it here. Let me change the variable names. It would change to font color. Okay, like this. So font color image, font color button and font color button. Okay, the column value will change to 5. Here the image name will be changed to font color.png. Okay, now if I run it, you can see we are getting our font color button, but I'm clicking on it, nothing is happening because we have not added any functionality to it. I hope this is clear to you. Next, after this we have to create 3 more buttons. One would be left align button, then right align button, and the last one center align button. Okay, and again all these buttons will be created in the similar way. So I'll copy these 3 lines and I'll paste here 3 times like this. Okay, now I can change the variable names here and the image name. Okay, so this would become left align. Okay, and the image name will be changed to left.png. After that this one will change to right align. Image will be changed to right.png. Okay, and don't forget to change the column values. This one will become 6, this will become 7. Okay, then the last one, this will be center align. Center align like this. Okay, and the column value will change to 8, and this image will be center.png. Now if I run it, so you can see this is how it looks. So we are done with our toolbar. Now next thing is we need to create our text area where we will type the text. So if you see this original project here, this is our text area where we can type our text. Okay, so let's create this text area. So text area is created with the help of text class. So we'll give object variable as text area and we will use a text class to create it. Now this text area has to be in our root window. Okay, and then we will simply pack it. So we'll use text area dot pack method, and since we need to fill both x and y axis with this text area, so we'll pass fill equals to both like this. Okay, now if I run it, you can see this is our text area. Okay, and then we need to expand this text area to true so that we can see this text area completely inside this window. Okay, so we'll pass expand equals to true like this. Now if I run it, so now you can see this text area is completely filled in this window. Okay, now if you see this original project here on the right hand side, you can see I have created a scroll bar here. So what this scroll bar does, basically when I type some text here and if I move this text down, okay, you can see the scroll bar is also moving with the text, and if I move this scroll bar up, you won't be able to see the bottom text. Okay, so we need to add this scroll bar so that we can move up and down in the page. Okay, so just before creating this text area, we can create a scroll bar. So we'll create object variable scroll bar and we'll use the class scroll bar here. Okay, this scroll bar has to be inside my root window only. Okay, then next thing, we need to pack it. Okay, so scroll bar dot pack method, and this has to be packed on the right hand side. So we'll mention side equals to right, and then we'll fill it in the y direction. Okay, so we'll fill complete y axis. So now if I run it, you can see we are getting our scroll bar here. Okay, so this scroll bar is added on the right hand side of this text area, but this is not set with this text area. It means if you will write some text and move this text down, then this scroll bar will not function. Okay, you can see it's not functioning. Okay, it's not going up or down. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to set the scroll bar with this text area. Okay, so here we'll pass y scroll command equals to scroll bar dot set. Okay, like this. So now you will see the scroll bar is set and attached with the text area, right, like this. Okay, so now it's set with this text area. So if I write my name and move it down like this, so you can see now it's working. Okay, now it is set, but it is not yet functioning. Okay, it means this scroll bar is not moving up and this page is not going up. Okay, so what I want, when I move this scroll bar up, our page should go up, and when it comes down, our page should come down. Okay, so for that, what we have to do, we have to use this scroll bar dot config method, and to this method we have to pass command equals to text area dot y view. Okay, so simply we want to see the vertical view of our text area when we move this scroll bar. So that's why I have to use this config method and pass command equals to text area dot y view. Now if I run it and write my name here, move this text down like this, and now I can scroll this scroll bar and you will see the bottom page and the up page. Okay, I hope it's clear to you how we can attach the scroll bar with the text area. Now we are left with the status bar. And one more thing, inside this text area, whatever text I am typing, this is the font style and by default font size. If I want to change it, what I can do, to this text class I can pass font keyword argument, and here I can mention the styling Arial and the font size 12. Okay, or any other of your choice. So if I run it and now if I type some text, so you can see the font size is changed here. Okay, so now let's create our status bar. So status bar is nothing but a label, and on that label we have to add text, okay, which will be status bar for now. So what I'll do, I'll use variable status bar equals to, we'll use this label class to create a label, and this label will be inside my root window. Okay, then the text would be status bar for now. Okay, and then we will simply pack it at the bottom. So we'll write status bar dot pack method, and here the side would be bottom. Now if I run it, you can see we are getting a status bar here at the bottom. So I hope it's clear to you how to add a status bar we just have to create a label, and on that label we will simply add the text. Later on we will see the functionality part where this status bar will show the number of characters and number of words that we will type on this text area. Okay, so our GUI part is ready. This is how our GUI looks. So I hope this is clear to you. In the next video we will see the functionality part. So thank you for watching.